and today we are going to study about the tracheoesophageal anomalies from first aid for your assembly step 1 2025. So esophageal atresia with distal tracheoesophageal fistula is the most common 85% and often present as polyhydramnios in utero, inability of fetus to swallow amniotic fluid. So esophageal atresia, this is esophageal atresia, you can see over here. Further it is written that distal tracheoesophageal fistula, this is the distal tracheoesophageal fistula. You know that proximal means if this is a hand, this is proximal part and this is distal part. So this is the proximal and this is the distal part. So distal tracheoesophageal fistula means connection, tracheoesophageal means between trachea and esophagus, and it's most common. It comes in exam that which type of tracheoesophageal anomaly is most common. So the most common 85% is esophageal atresia with distal tracheoesophageal fistula, and it presents with polyhydramnios in utero due to because the fetus is unable to swallow any amniotic fluid, it results in polyhydramnios in utero. So further it is reading neonates drool, choke and vomit with first feeding. So yes, if the child is having esophageal atresia or any kind of tracheoesophageal anomaly, he will be going to have drooling, which is the and saliva and all the liquid coming from his mouth, choking when he aspires something through his trachea, and vomiting because with the first feeding, because the liquid anything which he is taking in is not going in his stomach and will result in vomiting. Further it is written that tracheoesophageal fistula allow air to enter stomach. Tracheoesophageal fistula, this fistula is going to lead in excess air to enter stomach, because the air entering through trachea will go through esophagus to the stomach, leading to the formation of prominent gas bubble on chest axis. This is also important. Further it is written that cyanosis is secondary to laryngospasm. So cyanosis is the unable to breathe, loss, he is not going to breathe, so it's secondary to laryngospasm to avoid reflux related aspiration. So yes, the tracheal muscle, the laryngeal muscle present over here are going to there is going to be spasm of them, because they are not going to allow anything entering from mouth to the trachea. This is a mechanism to save aspirated related problems. So due to this laryngospasm, the fetus is going to have cyanosis. Further clinical test. So yeah, the clinical test is failure to pass nasogastric tube. The nasogastric tube is a type of tube which enters through the nose and goes into your stomach. So the clinical, the test will be that there will be no failure to pass nasogastric tube into the stomach, and it is associated with vectoral defects. So what is the vectoral defect? I have written over here. Vectoral defects are the vertebral, anal, cardiac, tracheoesophageal, renal, limb defect. So this is a collection, it's like a mnemonic you need to remember, and it's like the defects which are associated with tracheoesophageal fistula. You might be asked in exam, so you need to remember this mnemonic and these all terms over here. Further it is written that in H type the fistula resembles the letter H. So the tracheoesophageal fistula is going to have types. So there is an H type. The H type resembles H. So this is the H type. Here you can see this is trachea. I am just going to draw a line, and this is the connection of trachea with the esophagus over here. So this is somewhat creating a H-like letter. So this is the picture of fistula, H-type fistula. Further it is written that in pure esophageal atresia, chest axis show gasless bubble. So pure esophageal atresia, this is pure esophageal atresia, or you can also name it as stenosis, because it can be like this or it can have the stenosis like this. So it is going to lead to in gasless stomach, because the some air also because the normal anatomy, due to normal anatomy, some air passes through esophagus leading into normal gas bubble. But if there is stenosis or atresia, it will result in gas-like stomach. But if there is fistula between trachea and esophagus, it will lead to prominent gas bubbles present over here. So this is the picture of trachea, esophagus, normal anatomy, gastric bubble, and no, it's normal. Now further, it is pure esophageal atresia, atrachiostenosis, gasless. I've told you the problem over here. Further, it is written that tracheoesophageal pure. It is pure because it is H type. So you need to remember the H type is the pure TEF, and it is going to have the prominent gastric bubble. Further, it is tracheoesophageal fistula. This is the most common one, which has esophageal atresia. So this is also going to have prominent gas bubble. Okay.